Good morning, Palo Duro Unitarian Universalist community. I wanted to share a chalice lighting with you from the International Council of Unitarians and Universalists. This is their July 2021 Global Chalice Reading. These words are offered by the Unitarian community of Rio de Janeiro. We light this flame as a reminder of our mission of being a light in the world, in unity with those who came before us, with whom we are a spiritual family. We shall be able to commit to the building of a community of free faith beyond geographical limits and personal beliefs. May we be a shelter for all those who need it most. Amen. Thank you. And now a reading by Starhawk. Community means strength. We are all longing to go home to some place we have never been, a place half remembered and half envisioned. We can only catch a glimpse from time to time. Community. Somewhere there are people to whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throats. Somewhere a circle of hands will open to receive us. Eyes will light as we enter. Voices will celebrate us whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter. A circle of healing, a circle of friends. Some place where we can be free. Lisa Friedman wrote a homily called Siding with Love that I think is a very important message for us at the Palo Duro UU community to consider. Please share these words with me. You never know when the moment of decision will come. Perhaps it is on the school playground when you see the class bully picking on a new victim, or standing in the checkout line at the grocery store behind a young mother whose screaming child is at her wit's end. Or at a staff forum at your work when you pledge to take some unpaid leave that could save a coworker's job. Such moments come in different ways to each of us, but they do come. They remind us that the decisions we make in our day-to-day lives do make a difference. They point out the ongoing choices we make between standing uncomfortably on the sidelines of our messy world, unsure of what to do, and acting deliberately in small but concrete ways to help create a kinder, more compassionate reality. They return us to the powerful truth that in critical times, it is possible to stand on the side of love and, in the mystic's words, to help its mighty power to surge upward and surmount every obstacle by defending, supporting, and advocating for each other as if we were all equals in our humanity. Or do they? After all, we are fallible human beings. Are we really that powerful? If siding with love is so significant, then why isn't the world a better place already? Don't most people already think of themselves as siding with love? Or at least as much love as they can manage, given that most of us cannot live like saints? It is a spiritual paradox. It is precisely because we live in a world which knows the evils of greed and violence and the seas of human indifference that we understand just how sacred it is when our acts of love and compassion actually triumph. And it is precisely because we live in a world which knows such triumphs that we cannot fully give up hope on our imperfect humanity. If there's one thing I appreciate about our Unitarian Universalist Association's invitation to siding with love in these current times, it is that the invitation invites love as an act of force in our lives. So much of our understanding of love can be passive. We risk falling in love or being helplessly in love, or we assume love's automatic presence in a family or a home or a community and are shocked when we learn otherwise. But I do believe that love is more than merely a power that claims us. It is also a power that we claim by choosing our response to the truths in our world. Love is a choice. Whether we are at the bedside of a loved one dying or at the side of a stranger we have only just met. The love which inspires the courage and commitment to such choices is not a sweet or sentimental kind of love. Rather, it is a love which recognizes the greater good and bonds of kinship of which we are a part. But once we accept love as a choice, then we must also come to terms with where that choice leads us. This was the profound and radical insight of our Universalist forebearers, that if love comes from God, then there can be no exceptions. Love cannot be just for one or for some of us. If it is for any of us, it must be for all. Love cannot be just for those with loud voices, but also for the voiceless. Love cannot be just for those with power, but also for those who are marginalized. Love cannot be just for those who still hope, but also for those who despair that help and hope will never come. So take a moment to reflect on this particular time in your own life, in the lives of your friends and your family, in the state of our community and our world. Who needs us to side with them in love? What moral questions does our commitment to love call us to address now and in the coming year? I don't have all the answers, nor are the choices only mine to make. But I lift up these questions to spark a conversation. As individual people who care about the world and as a community of faith, memory, and hope. Recently, reflecting on the opportunities to stand for love, a friend of mine asked, "Why does it have to be a side? Must there always be a side?" I understand her regret. The last thing our world needs is one more division. One answer might be that the call to siding with love is made in the spirit of inclusion. But I also think that we are being invited to occupy a new place or a new side of understanding about what it means to live spiritually in our world. Love is a choice. It is a deep, life-changing passion, not just for our hearts, but also for our souls. Thank you to Lisa Friedman for those beautiful words of siding with love. How will you choose to go out into the world and demonstrate the power and transformative passion of love today?